This is David with High Performance Stoicism. I want to talk to you about mind, body, and cosmos. There's an old view that comes to us from ancient Greece that the way to live a good life is to take care of mind, body, and spirit. Well, the Stoics have a distinctive view on how to live your life. And one part of it that's underappreciated is that you have to determine whether you are living a good life, whether your action is the appropriate one at the moment, based on the cosmos. So that's why I say we're talking about mind, body, and cosmos. So let's first talk about the relationship between mind and body. And when I say mind and body, I'm talking about one part of the soul, the one that does the thinking, the reasoning, the perceiving. It's also called the command center. And so you're supposed to know in Stoicism that your mind is you, your soul is you. That's the whole of your life force. But the body is distinct from you, but you have a body. Your body is not you. So that means if something really bad should happen to you and you lose a finger, you lose a toe, a foot, or a hand, of course, most people would say that's a pretty bad thing. The Stoic view is, well, you don't want that to happen. You're going to go to great lengths to avoid that, but a part of you was not taken away. A part of your body was taken away. And they say our body is merely cunningly constructed clay. And so, what relation should we have to the body? The Stoics say the soul interpenetrates the body, they interpenetrate one another. So, yes, your focus is on what thoughts you have, what actions you have, but you also have to take care of your body because they interpenetrate one another. And in several places in different Stoics, you're going to see that the person who wants to be a sage should undergo physical training because the mind and the body interpenetrate. Now, the Stoics also say reason is superior to everything else. And they mean by that the reason in your soul, in your mind, and the reason that runs the universe by Logos, God, or Zeus. It goes under many different names. That is superior to everything else. So, one way to understand what choices you should make are as follows. Is this serving primarily my body, or is this serving primarily my mind? And so the Stoics aren't against enjoying the use of your body with food, drink, sex, and so forth, the main things that everybody loves, but they are going to say that since it's primarily serving your body, it's simply not as important as what you do with your mind, what you do with your soul. So there is that difference. Now, how does the cosmos come into it? Well, I've already said one thing that is an important part of the Stoic view. The fundamental claim of the Stoics is that the universe is rational. The universe is guided by a rational being. They call it providence. In other words, God or Zeus is working out things for the best. And there's an important connection here that you should know about. The Stoics believe that God is in the universe rather than being outside of it. And so something fundamental in your soul is literally a portion or a fragment of God. And nicely, the Stoics believe that you can find this guidance within you. In other words, if you are attentive to what your mind is telling you, there's a guiding spirit within you. You're guiding, and so I know there's a bunch of things that the Stoics say about the mind or soul that are seemingly several, maybe endless, but it's good to know that they call your mind a guiding spirit, meaning you can find out the wise thing to do by consulting your inner mind, and that's the same thing as the being that runs the universe, God. Now, the Stoics say we should live according to nature, and they expressly state you should live according to your rational nature and the rational nature of the universe. And they say that just don't do anything against right reason. Always act according to right reason. Now, right reason for the Stoics is not simply what's in your mind, it's also what's in the right reason that governs the universe. That is Zeus. So when situations change, you should not be going on just what you think. You should be paying attention to what's happening in the cosmos. And one of the things that the Stoics discuss, which I believe is underappreciated, you want to probe into the universe to find out what it is like and find out what its nature is in as many details as will help you to live a better life. Seneca puts it as follows: we're trying to find out what is the shape of God in the universe, and that is going to include reflection and the study of astronomy and physics, and also the Stoic writings on physics, to figure out what is the universe like. Chrysippus says something that's very important. He says, the reason human beings came into being is to contemplate and imitate the cosmos. And one of the things we know about the cosmos is, and I think this is just a good illustration of what they were getting at, take a big natural disaster, take a giant tsunami, something that happened in the noughts, right? The double zeros. There was a giant tsunami, and over 100,000 people died. But what does nature do? The next day, things go back to normal. The next day, the sun comes out, and the Stoics, I believe, are telling us here's one of the things that nature teaches us, and that is whatever seems like it's going to be a giant disaster, it could be, and it could affect many people by it, even killing many people, but nature as a whole is self-healing. And that's just one idea that can be taken from our observations of the universe, how we are to imitate the universe by maintaining equilibrium, by whenever this looks like a disaster in our life, to recover ourselves as quickly as possible and harmonize ourselves with the cosmos. So that's just a bit of ideas that we could get by learning to understand the cosmos and then imitating it. And this is an important topic that few people discuss in the Stoic community. And I wanted to introduce it to you because I think it could bring about big changes in your life. So that's it for this video. Like, subscribe, comment. I'd appreciate all of those. Contemplate and imitate the cosmos.